Well, hello, listeners. Today on Resolve, Evolve, and Rewire, we are joined by a visionary whose life story is extraordinary. As the teachings you share, Dr. Joe Vitale, you went from experiencing homelessness to becoming a best-selling author of over 80 books, a sought-after speaker, and one of the most recognized voices on The Secret. You're known as the Buddha. Oh, come on and say hi. He's sneaking in. Hold on.
Hey, my man, how are you, John? Good to see you. I'm on another one.
Oh.
Nice seeing you again.
I kicked him out. Okay.
Nothing like having the cameo.
I know. Well, actually, that's not bad, is it?
Not bad at all. You just had a cameo with Dr. John DeMartini.
I know. He's a pretty cool guy. Well, you know. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's continue back to where we were. We're just bragging about you, right? 80 books. Is that correct?
It's actually at this point over 90. And I only know that because other people count them and tell me. I'm too busy writing books to stop and count them.
Beautiful. Yeah. Just
that's what I've heard.
Listening to the inspiration of your heart. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're known as the Buddha of the internet. You bridge spirituality, practical actions, which I think is key, showing us how to dissolve limitation, invite miracles, and consciously learn to create our lives. The work on the law of attraction, it's touched millions around the globe. So welcome. And thank you so much for being here. I really
been looking forward to this.
I love it. So yeah, I would love to know, how did you become from homeless to a best-selling author? What was the single, the biggest mindset, or, what would you love to share about that for our audience?
Oh, yeah, that was easy. No, I'm kidding. It wasn't easy at all. It was a long, hard process. Yeah. I didn't have coaches. I didn't have mentors. We didn't have the internet. I didn't have a lot of things that we take for granted today. We didn't have podcasts. We didn't have any of that kind of stuff. So this was a bloody, slow, straining, struggling, painful experience. I can't reduce it all down to, I ate one meal or took one pill or read one book or did one thing and suddenly the whole world changed.
It doesn't work that way? No?
No. Well, I did discover at one point it was one thing. And because I got tired of people asking me the question, it was like, what's the one thing? Mm-hmm. Well, it was one thing. You know what the one thing was? Everything. You do it all. You read the books, you listen to the audio, you apply everything, you wing it, you throw spaghetti on the wall and see what sticks.
And you
get up every day, you follow your passion, your persistence. It's everything.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. It is. And it is. And it's being relentless.
Yes.
And it's being persistent.
Well, I told some people recently, and I've started saying this on interviews, I did find that there is a secret to success. And besides doing everything, if you wanted to whittle it down, it is the relentless, persistent, daily movement in the direction of your dreams. Yeah. Persistence wins the race.
Yes. And what do you think is the misconception and perception out there about manifestation as we're having?
That's a great question. I'll tell you one of the biggies, and the movie The Secret triggered a lot of this in people. And that's the idea that all I got to do is visualize it, and then the doorbell will ring and the love of my life will be there, or a bag of money will be there, or my car will be there, or a bicycle will be there. The movie and a lot of the teachers and a lot of the books really oversimplify things and make it sound like all you got to do, man, is just think it and feel it and then allow it. And there it is.
Yeah.
And I have found there's missing steps there. One of the biggest, and I'm in the movie The Secret actually saying this, but most people gloss over it when they go to the bathroom at that point and they don't hear me. But I say you have to take action.
Yes.
I say you have to take action. That's the missing secret for a lot of people. Yes, visualize. Yes, meditate. Yes, feel it real. And yes, get off your butt and go do something. When people hear that I've written 90-some books, I remind them that if I just meditated on it, or visualized it, but I never went to the typewriter in the early days or the computer today, you wouldn't know me as an author.
Right.
I had to do it. I had to take action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful. And that it's prioritizing.
Well, you're prioritizing your dream.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all have this life mission. We're all born with a calling, a nudge, an opportunity, and we have free will. We can say no to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that life is smoother, happier, healthier when we say yes to that divine calling.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was in the beginning, I thought it was only to do it through books. But now I know that I can do it through a lot of different forms. And the whole mission is to inspire people. If I can inspire people through my books, great. Inspire them through my music, great. Inspire them through my movies or my movie that's coming out, great. Inspire them when I'm on stages and talking, great. If I can inspire them in interviews like this, great. So for me, inspiring people is my mission. Mm-hmm. And that ends up being the priority. Mm-hmm. It kind of washes out everything. I mean, I still do my laundry and I still feed and walk the dog and I do all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. But inspiring people is the life mission. So that becomes the passion and it becomes the priority. It's available to all of us.
Wow. And as you're talking, I can see your eyes tearing up and I can feel your beautiful heart.
Thank you.
And I'm reminded and I'm, tearing up listening to your inspiration because you can feel it. And it is that heart-centered service that is part of the gift you put into the world.
I'm still doing it. I'm in my 70s and I don't see any end in sight, not any end coming from me anyway, because I'm still writing, I'm singing, playing music, speaking, doing interviews, the movie. I mean, I'm actively following my passion. I'm actively expressing what I think is my mission. And I think what I want people to know is it's not about me. I mean, I'm using me as an example, but it's about them. It's about them looking inside, checking into their own heart, getting quiet and listening for that nudge, for that whisper, for that divine tap on the shoulder or the heart or wherever you want to feel it that says, here's your mission. And it doesn't have to be a biggie. I mean, you don't have to do what I'm doing or what you're doing. And it could be raising the best kids in that neighborhood or in your household, or it could be opening up your own bakery and making cupcakes that everybody loves. It's got to be different. I'm just making up stuff. Right. Because each person with the 8 billion or so we have on the planet, they all have this little secret mission in their heart. And again, you have free will. You can say, nah, I don't want to do it. You're free to say that. But I have found that saying yes to it is where the gusto of life is all about.
It is. And it is. Everyone has their own unique blueprint.
Yes.
It's when we try to inject other people's blueprint or other people's shoulds versus, like you said, it's actually giving ourselves, like, getting still so we can be present and actually tune into the whispers of our soul. Like, what do you think is the challenge for people to do that?
Yeah, that's another great. That's a wonderful question. I'm going to say 2 things. I would say the challenge is the disbelief that exists. There's the disbelief that, well, it's great for Joe and it's great for Donna, it's great for Dr. John and all these other people. They got their life missions, but I don't have one. No, God or the divine or the cosmos skipped over me. And that's a limiting belief. It's not a fact. It's not true. And it inhibits your expression of your own love and your own divinity and your own life calling. So the very first thing to look at is the limiting belief about not being good enough, not being chosen, not being given this divine mission. All of us have. I would invite people to assume that you have been given one. Let's just play with it for a moment. So that's the first thing I would do. The second thing, and this is really important for everybody, we need to make time to go into the silence.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is we need to make time to be available to listen. We're all incredibly distracted. I mean, I carry my phone everywhere. I mean, I'm just as distracted as everybody else. But I have also learned every day, particularly in the morning and particularly at night, I'm either in a hot tub or I'm for a walk or I'm doing something where it's no phone, no distractions, no technology, nobody else. At best, in the morning, I'm with my French bulldog. And so we are going for our walk. But even then, I'm kind of tuning in. There's usually nobody even outside walking. It's me and my dog and nature. And the other end of the day is when I'm in the hot tub. Definitely no technology in the hot tub because I don't want to be electrocuted.
Right.
And there, there I am, me and the universe. And I swear, these are my gratitude moments and my availability moments. These are my moments where I can kind of talk to the divine and say, here's what I would like to experience in my life. But we also need to make time for the silence to receive what it's trying to tell us. So I would say those are the two big things to help people unravel and reveal to themselves what their life mission is. And that is believing there is one, even if you just kind of take it on faith. And then the second part of it is making time, making some availability, making some silence. So you can go within and just kind of listen.
Mm-hmm. And I love what you're saying, because there's a reason you're not planning on retiring. Retire from what? I mean, you're not working.
Right.
You're not vacationing from your work and vacation, and because you're so exhausted. You're living inspiration from the spirit, right?
I have told people, what I would do if I retired. I would write books.
Yeah, exactly. What is that?
I'd make movies. I'd make music. Yes, I'd do what I'm doing.
But I think, to your point, I think we get on that revolving hamster wheel.
Yeah.
And then you just get into that automatic programming. So giving ourselves that time to get out of that and to go inward and reflect and like, am I choosing this because I'd love to, or is this a past program? Is this a should? Is this obligation, or is this inspiration? But slowing down, to your point, I have the same practice as you. I start my mornings, my days, and water. I mean, like, I'm completely reflecting. So, and I think that is the key to getting still, to listen to the whispers of the soul. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. It doesn't have to take long. I think some people think, well, I don't have the time to do it. I'm talking about 3 minutes.
Right.
And certainly when I'm in the hot tub or I go for a walk, it's longer than 3 minutes. But I'm saying just disconnect long enough to be aware of that monkey mind and kind of witness the monkey mind, see if you can find the silence behind the monkey mind. Look for the part of you that is observing the monkey mind and all the distractions that are going on in that mental cognitive activity. Because the closer you can get to what many spiritual traditions call the witness, the closer you are to the divine. That witness is in you right now. It's witnessing me. It's witnessing you. It's witnessing my conversation. It's witnessing the dogs barking in my head, the monkey mind going off. It's witnessing.
Yep.
But if I can move towards the witness, part of me that's witnessing all this, I have moved towards the divine silence. And that doesn't take that long.
Yeah. And I so appreciate what you're saying, because I think our human personas can try to make things so hard or put it off. Right. And it's literally getting prioritized and organized and scheduling your day and go, take 5 minutes. And then I don't know about you, but now it's just a practice before every conversation. Like, it's taken billions of years of synchronicities for me to get to share this space, this time, this moment. Like, how much more can I love and appreciate in these healthy bodies that I get to share this with you? But again, it is because I know, years ago, I'd be like, okay, I've got to do it for an hour. And I had all these injections, and we don't have to make it as hard as we'd love to make it,
Right.
Yeah.
It can be far easier. In fact, we should be more gentle with ourselves. Most of the time, I did the same thing you did. You hear about meditating and you want to force yourself to do it.
Yeah.
There's no self-love in that. There's no self-nurturing in that. And if I'm actually forcing myself to do something, there's no silence in that.
Right.
Because part of the time I'm thinking I should be doing something else. Oh, I should be writing my book. I should be answering the phone. Oh, I didn't return a phone call to so-and-so. No, that I'm wrestling with those mental demons. by trying to force myself to do what I think I should be doing. I think we need to look within and be true to ourselves. And if that means you're doing 3-minute meditations twice a day, then by God, so be it. It's better than none. And just finding our own path.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so beautiful. So creating order, priority, organization, going stillness. So talking about co-creating and manifestation.
Yeah.
What else? What else is your secret sauce?
Well, I wrote a book called The Attractor Factor, and that was the book that got me invited to be in the movie The Secret, 20 some years ago. And in that book, I said there were younger. Say that? What? So with that,
getting younger. Didn't 20 years just fly?
It did just fly. It was just yesterday. I was living in Houston and visiting Dr. John DeMartini up in his skyscraper office at the Galleria in the central hubbub of that Texas beehive of activity. I mean, it seems like it was yesterday.
And I'm in Houston right now. I'm in Houston right now. How isn't that an interesting synchronicity?
Yeah, I was there for 20 some years.
Wow.
And that feels like it was yesterday too. Yeah. So in my book, The Attractor Factor, I said there were 5 steps to manifesting what you want. It might be useful to just run through those.
Right, please.
And the very first step is to know what you don't want. And I found that to be useful because so many people walk up and go, I wish I knew what I want. I saw the movie The Secret, but I don't know what I want. And I thought, okay, let's start with what you don't want. I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be spiritually desperate. That's great. Write those down. Second step is turn those into your intentions. I intend to be financially secure. I intend to find my soulmate. I intend to be healthy. I intend to be spiritually alive. So you turn your don't want, step 1, into your wants, step 2. The step 3, I always found was the missing secret to success. And I think it's my contribution to the whole self-help industry. Step 3 is to get clear. And what are you getting clear of? Your subconscious counter intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't even know what that is. But when I say, okay, we're going to attract more money, their subconscious might think money's bad. Money's evil. I don't deserve money. I don't deserve good things. We need to clear up those counter intentions because they will block secretly through the blind spots of your mind your own good. So the third step is get clear of those hidden blocks. The fourth step is something that some people may have heard of by now. Neville Goddard was a mystic in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and I loved him. I reprinted his first book way back in 2005, and he talked about feeling into reality what you wanted. And I ended up calling step 4 Nevilleizing. Nevilize your intention. And what that means is, okay, you want more money, or you want your house, or you want the soulmate, or you want better health, whatever it happens to be. Instead of just visualizing it, instead of just talking about it, instead of just writing it down or doing affirmations or scripting it, all of which work, all of which are part of the formula, Nevilleizing means feel as if you already have it right now. What would it feel like if you already had the money? You looked in your bank account, there it is, and you're like, oh my God, look. Or what would it feel like if you wake up and there's your soulmate right beside you, and you went to a movie and dinner and stuff last night? What would that feel like? Nevilleizing is feeling it real. You're kind of bypassing the objections and going to the end result. It's already happened. Mm-hmm. And the fifth step in this is to let go while taking action. And that's a step that confused a lot of people. So I'll take a moment on that. Letting go means letting go of your addiction and your attachment, how it works out.
Yeah.
Because the universe, God, the cosmos could give you something better if you don't sit there and stomp your feet and say, it has to be this way.
Yep.
And this happens a lot with people who say, oh, I want to attract so-and-so who I really love, and she or he is at work. And I usually say, there's 8 billion people on the planet. There might be a better match for you if you just kind of relaxed your parameters and took the target off the back of the person that you're working with. So you let go of your addiction for it to be a certain way or your attachment to be a certain way while you're taking action. This goes back to what we talked about in the beginning about persistence. Every day you're getting up and you're moving in the direction of your dream. You don't always know what all the different action steps will be, but you usually know the first one. You take the first one, and when you do, the second one becomes apparent, and you can make the whole trek that way. So those are the 5 steps that I talked about in the attractor factor, and those are working.
Wow, that's so valuable. I love those steps and our listeners. That's such value. I love the way you put them into that package. Even those laws of contrast of like, what don't you want? So you can get clear of what you want. And then looking at the end of it's the attachment or clinging, right? Like that is the source of human suffering because it actually can be delivered in an even more magnificent way than
That's
you.
right.
But you'll miss it. You'll miss it because you're attached to it being this certain
way.
Right? Yeah. So beautiful. Thank you for that. You know what else? Okay. So tell us about the new movie. So
I am out of my mind excited about this.
Hey,
and right. And I'm sure Dr. John would attest to this too. When the movie The Secret came out, nobody saw the impact that movie would have. We're still talking about the movie 20 years later. It came out in 2006 and the book followed it. And I saw the power of a movie. And now here I am as an author who's written 90 books, realizing that not as many people read books as I would like. They're all going to the theater. They're all watching on their computers and their iPads and their iPhones. And I remember thinking, I need a movie. I need a movie to express what I'm trying to communicate in books because not enough people are reading books. And if I really want to make a dent in the consciousness of the planet, then I need to have this moving visual medium called a movie. And so I set that as my intention. And it did not happen overnight. There were a lot of false starts. I was in Hollywood. I worked with name actors and actresses all trying to make this happen. Long story short, the movie is done. It has already been nominated for 32 awards. It's already won 18 awards. The premieres that have been done, the first one was in Sacramento. There've been some in London, the Czech Republic, Nashville. They're sold out. Red carpet, big deals. I mean, ABC News covered it. Los Angeles Tribune covered it. This is incredible. So the movie's called Zero Limits. And there's a trailer and information at zerolimitsmovie.com, zerolimitsmovie.com. And I swear I'm going to take another minute and not let you talk because I want to talk about this for a second.
Please.
I am glad to have it as a movie, but as the movie is being seen, I'm starting to hear things like this is more than a movie. This movie is at a frequency of miracles. The movie is a healing device by itself. And then as the movie started to get some conversation going, and again, at this point, as you and I are talking, it has not been released to the globe yet. It will on September 25th. And afterwards, anybody could watch it on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, or at zerolimitsmovie.com. So the world's going to see it. But during this process of winning awards and getting acknowledged, there were some friends who either committed suicide or did. And I remember thinking, I wish I had known what to do or what to say. I mean, this was just crippled me. This was devastating to me. And I thought if they had seen this movie, maybe it would have given them some hope. Maybe it would have given them a way to think differently. They never saw the movie. And so now I'm thinking the movie isn't just a message and it's not just a movement. Now it's actually a way to create salvation. It's actually a way to create a path to end suffering. So I've taken this on as much bigger. Yeah, I'm glad I got a movie. It's my movie. I'm in it. I got all these other people. John Asserob is in it. Raymond Aaron and 20 other cast members are in the movie. But this goes beyond a film. This is a way to help elevate the consciousness of the planet. I'm introducing a method and a different way of thinking that can help people achieve that spiritual success they're looking for. So Zero Limits, as you can tell, I'm very excited, but it's more than a movie and more than a movement.
No, it's a global mission, vision, legacy.
Yes. Thank you.
And then it's you can feel like that, the ripple effect, the infinite ripple effect.
Yes.
That. And that feels really inspiring.
It's another way for me to fulfill the mission. If I'm here to inspire people and I'm doing it through books and music and everything else, now I have this movie, Zero Limits, that can carry that inspiration.
And I really so appreciate and resonate with what you said. It's not about Joe being a big deal and that persona being in the movie. It's like, no, it's again, that heart-centered service.
Right.
And that's what, again, comes through in the movie, in the mission, in the inspiration that you deliver. Even as I'm talking to you, I'm so moved. I can feel your beautiful heart.
Oh, thank you. If people watch Zero Limits and they say they like me or they don't like me, then I will think I have failed, because it has nothing to do with me. This is why there's 20 some other leaders and speakers that are in the movie, all coming from different stories, all coming from different ways of giving the same message. So it's not just Joe's way. Some people may identify with what I'm saying, and some people might think it's all garbage. But I got these other people, almost 24 people, to help get across the same message. And the message is, let's question our beliefs. Let's question our excuses. Let's question our ideas about limitations. Because maybe, just maybe, we live in a world of zero limits, the title of the movie. And if we live in this world of zero limits, what would you do? What would you go for? What kind of intentions would you have? What kind of life would you live? How much more dramatic and energizing and uplifting and energetic would your life be if you really took on, at least in the beginning as a concept, then maybe all the limits are just mental constructs that actually aren't even real. What then?
What then? And if you expand into and take the time to tune in and have inspiring individuals like you asking those questions, you stay in the mechanicality of our conditioned and in the rat race.
Right.
So to give ourselves that gift of inspiring thought leaders to actually get curious and start putting that possibility into the quantum leap.
Yes.
Because we can't create and manifest if we can't expand the possibility.
Yeah. I'm really inviting
people to get beyond the limitations of the program of the automatic pilot and figuring out what those are.
Well, I'm inviting people to question everything. And one of the best ways to begin is to question your own excuses. Whenever you hear yourself say, I can't do that, or it's somebody else's fault, or if so-and-so changed, or if my parents had raised me different, or if there was a different leader in the world, or different economy, or whenever we say anything that's throwing our power to somebody else, we need to stop in mid-sentence and basically ask, is that a belief? And a way to check it is to say, does everybody agree? Does everybody agree if you were raised differently, your life would be different? We don't actually know that.
And who says?
We don't know it. No. So it's pointing to a belief. It's not pointing to a fact. A fact is something we would all agree on, and scientists would go and measure and go, yep, that's fact. Most of the time, what we say are true are actually beliefs. And if we question the beliefs, we can break free. And I don't know if you'll be impressed with this or not, but I'm 71. And when I turned 71, I went and signed up for mixed martial arts classes.
Okay.
Yes. And, most people in their 70s, they're filling out crossword puzzles or going for a walk with a cane. And I'm like, well, I'm 71. I've been interested in martial arts, but I haven't been in a dojo in 55 years. I'm overweight, out of shape, but I'm 71 and I'm daring. And what if there's zero limits? What if I could actually do this? So I walked into a dojo nearby on January 2nd, paid for the year, paid for the year. There's the commitment.
Right.
I started going.
That's right.
And I just got my green belt, which means I've already gone through, I think it's 3 belts. I got my green belt a week ago, and I've already publicly declared I'll have a black belt by age 75. Now, this isn't to impress you. Again, this isn't about Joe. It's about Joe as an example, questioning beliefs.
Yes. Yes. And I am impressed, by the way. And I'm still impressed. And, I think age is all in your mind. And again, your beliefs, like you're saying. And I decided, and I'm deciding that at 50, I'm going backwards in age. So I really think you're the new 50. 70 is the new 50.
I would agree with that.
I think you're rocking it. You're making it look good. You're making it look good, Dr. Joe.
Well, thank you. But there's lots of stories of me and other people. I mean, when I declared I wanted to have a black belt by age 75, I started, I get to have those counter intentions come up like, man, can you really pull this off? This is not easy.
No.
This is not easy. I mean, mixed martial arts isn't just karate. I mean, you're doing a variety of things, including jujitsu, and you're doing stick fighting. I mean, you're doing boxing, and there's a lot of stuff. It is not easy.
No.
And so there are times where I thought, can I pull this off? And then I'd come across a news bulletin about some grandmother who's 85 years old and just got a black belt. And I'm like, good Lord, Joe, you're a puppy compared to her. So there's all kind of ways to find perspective and rationalization to live a life of zero limits. And this is not about people going into mixed martial art. It is about people finding their own passion. And whatever that is, go do it.
Yes. Go do it, because no one is going to dedicate your life to you but you.
Right.
And
you're in charge.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. And I also appreciate the limiting beliefs and questioning those limiting beliefs, because so many individuals, such as yourself, right? Like, you take your pain and you actually can see and alchemize that into your purpose. And it's every moment happening for us, and it's all perspective, right? Versus happening to us. Because if we stay in that victim, you're going to keep creating from that frequency, and you might as well put your past on the future timeline.
That's right. Well said.
So I really align and resonate with what you're doing, and am so inspired by you, your heart, your mission, the ripple effect and the impact that you've already made on the legacy of the planet and the globe.
Wow. Thank you. Jeez, you better choke me up. Thank you.
Yes. No, thank you. And I could talk to you. Oh, keep talking, please.
Well, I wanted to say something. It just feels like an inspiration's coming through for me to say it. The thing that stops most people, and it won't be a surprise to anybody, is fear. I mean, the fear of going into mixed martial arts. Oh, what if I get hurt? What if I embarrass myself? The fear of opening a business. What if I fail? The fear of, asking that person out for a date. What if I get rejected, or what if it doesn't work out, or what if it does for a little while and then the whole thing collapses and I'm hurt again? What if? And we let fear stop us. Mm-hmm. And I remember I saw this interview with Tom Cruise, who seems to be pretty fearless when it comes to doing all these incredible stunts, which he does himself. And they asked him about fear. And he says, oh, I feel fear. He says, I'm just not afraid of fear. That's good. I'm not afraid of fear. Then he went one more step and he gave a solution, which I so love this. So Tom Cruise himself says, I feel fear. I'm not afraid of fear. And then he said, when you break down whatever it is you want to do to the manageable steps to make it happen, fear leaves. So when he goes to do those daredevil stunts, he doesn't just jump in a plane and jump off the cliff, or go on a motorcycle and jump off the cliff. They work on that thing for a year. And there's all kind of people dissecting it and looking at all the possible ways this can happen or not go well. And so they're figuring it out. And it's the same thing. When I went into mixed martial arts, believe me, I was afraid. I was afraid, thinking this is a big mistake. I'm too old, too overweight, too unskilled, uncoordinated. I mean, my mind just came up with all the counter intentions. Plus, I'm twice as old as my instructor, and almost 3 times as old as some of the students. I mean, I'm the grandfather in the group. And so I'm thinking of all this, but I remember telling myself, you are entrusting your learning to this person who's already been doing it for 22 years. He's going to teach me how to do it and do it well. I also have the agreement with myself that if I really feel like I'm in danger, like they're asking me to do something I physically at this age may not be able to do, it's okay for me to back off that one and just say, I'm not going to do it. That one, I'll skip, or give me an easier version of doing it. So I don't want people to stop with the fear. I want them to realize it's okay to be afraid.
Yes.
It's okay. And you can walk and do what you want to do with the fear. And you can actually, another step is to use the energy of the fear.
Yes.
When I first started speaking, when I was growing up, I didn't talk to anybody. I was insecure, felt inadequate, immature, all of those things. I couldn't speak. And then when I had to learn to speak, I was terrified. You have no idea the trauma of getting in front of people. Huh. But as an author, I learned that was one way to reach people and maybe persuade people to buy my books. So I had to learn to do it. And what I found is that if I renamed that energy of fear as excitement, then I became one of the most exciting speakers ever.
And using fear as your friend. And
fear is,
and what you said, what I really appreciate is fear is your friend to also look at, do I have an unrealistic goal that is completely a fantasy?
Yes.
Like, am I expecting Joe, who's afraid of speaking, to now go to a stadium? Or am I expecting him to start in a small space, a small group? So it's also a way to ground actions into just learning to walk before you go win.
Yes. Oh, that's so good. So good. Because in those early days of wanting to be a speaker, and this was way back in Houston, and there was an adult education class called Leisure Learning. They may still be there. And my very first class had 6 people in it. Right. And I was traumatized. I mean, I was sweating. I was soaked with sweat. I was leaning against the blackboard to the wall because I was going to pass out. My knees were buckling. 6 people. But I kept doing it. And then after The Secret and after a bunch of speaking engagements, of course, I was on Larry King Live twice. And that's not as scary as you think because it's just you and him and the camera with a red dot on it. When the red dot goes on, a million people are watching. You don't see them. Yeah. Yet at the same time, the largest live crowd, was in Lima, Peru. And there were 19,000 people there. And it was me on stage by myself. I had a police escort. I had a bodyguard. I had a translator. I had my own entourage. Bob Proctor was the only other speaker. Me and Bob Proctor, 19,000 people. It would have been an impossibility for the Joe who was speaking to those 6 people to just walk out the door and go in front of 20,000 people. But by doing it a little at a time, over time, getting better, getting more comfortable, reducing the fear, being more skilled at speaking, I was able to stand in front of a stadium of 20,000 people.
Yes. And then you just feel the magnitude of that. And then often too, the gift of that younger version of you that was afraid to speak, that was afraid to use and express. And the gift of that is often that pain that catapults the purpose, who was that man speaking to that many individuals. I mean, just feel the magnitude of that. It's magnificent. It's beautiful. Yeah. And that's where we can use pain to define us. I can't speak. I can't do that. Or, oh, okay, let's go. And we'll do it slowly. We'll do it together. We don't start walking. We learn to go on our tummy. We learn to crawl. We learn to take our first step. We fall. Do we stay down? No, we get back up. Do we face plant? Great. We learn. We just.
Yes.
So,
we learn.
Yeah. Well, I am so inspired to watch your movie. So when does this come out?
September 25th. It is streaming globally, and it'll be on Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and maybe the best way and easiest way to watch it anywhere on the planet is at the website, zerolimitsmovie.com.
Well, thank you. Thank you. heart, your wisdom, your genius, your blueprint, your global mission and vision, and your legacy that you've already left and continue to leave. I'm truly inspired and so, so grateful. You've inspired my life and impacted my life with and all the listeners.
What do you say to that? So thank you.
Mm.
Really enjoyed it. Love what you're doing here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Godspeed to you and everybody listening or watching.
Thank you.